The Thinite nobles still struggle to unite the lands of the Nile under one supreme ruler. To aid them in their cause, it is hoped that you will endeavor to establish a thriving community at Perwadjyt, in the humid delta region of Lower Egypt, thus spreading their influence throughout the length of the sacred river. To support a population larger than that of a village, you must learn to use agriculture. Egyptian farmers have begun to exploit the rich, fertile soil deposited by the annual inundation of the Nile River for growing crops. The Nile can be hazardous, however. Many dangers lurk along its banks and in its waters, such as deadly crocodiles, hippopotamuses, and malaria-carrying mosquitoes.
Okay, this time we're going to have our first actual population milestone that we're shooting for, as well as, again, a certain number of a certain level of housing. Modest homesteads will require a little more, I believe pottery. So we'll get to do some work, this time with industry. And, of course, farming along the Nile. The Nile floods every year, which regenerates the nutrients in the soil, so the better the flood, the more food you get out of the crops. Build a farm in the floodplain, it's this area here. Workers from a work camp will go to the floodplains, harvest, plant the crops, harvest it, bring the food out and into wherever, granary or storage yard, depending on what you're harvesting. So, that's the next new addition. Okay, so let's take a look around what we have here. We have a lot of area here to plant crops, so I think we'll be putting some crops there. Let's go ahead and clear this road up a little bit. Okay, we just need 10 meter shanties. We don't need a lot of housing again. We're going to do just another one of those small, those little small horseshoe areas. And let's go ahead and put it right in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and put houses right. Actually, I think I'm a little too far down. Yeah, let's move up this way a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we have 4x4. Down 2, 4x4. Place our road. I always thought it was kind of, funny, people counting out and everything, but it turns out it's, the best way to do it, to get good, reliable, stable housing. You can't just willy-nilly put stuff down. I've found it generally doesn't work as well. So, okay, we have some housing areas, and again, we want it to protect from fire and from collapse. Police station, I'm not going to worry about because I don't plan on putting the village palace out at this point. So let's see what we have for gods. Overseer of the temples. You see here we only have one god to worry about. Osiris is how I pronounce it. So that makes it easy when there's only one god to worry about. Diversions, didn't show you this one last time, but it'll show what your coverage is like for the different types of entertainment. So let's go ahead and give them, don't forget the water. Did that last time. Okay, so let's go ahead and give them religion also. Right there. And we say the shrines to boost the desirability of the area until we get some better structures to do that with. Okay, now we're going to need to do some farming, so let's set a block up over here. And then from that block we'll head off to, okay, so a work camp. Let's see, we'll put the work camp, a couple of work camps in here. We're going to add a granary up here. And let's get some people in here. Meanwhile, while the people are coming in, we'll go ahead and put some figs out here. Let's see how many figs we can. We need to get a lot of figs. We need to feed a lot of people. I want to make sure we have room to walk around the end of that. We'll leave that one for there for now. Okay, now your farms need roads for the workers to get to them, obviously. So you put some roads like that. Now I'm going to try to put a lot of farms in here just to show you something I do to make things a little bit better, I think, when it comes to harvest time. Yeah, my layout's kind of going away now, but we just want to get a lot of farms in here. Okay, that's quite a few farms. So now we need those farms. We need the road to connect so the workers can get to the farms. Oh, I can't show that. Okay, so let's get some workers in here. And let's start getting some food. Now obviously we need to connect the granary and the housing. Okay, you see all the workers? They're going out to the farms now. There we go. So our first objective is to fill the granary with figs. Here we go. Now we have figs, so it'll let us go on to the next objective, which industry. We're going to need pottery to advance our housing. So the next thing we need to do is to create an area of industry and make some pottery. Now this is an interesting trick that I do. If I put a storage yard here and tell it to accept figs, and then the granary, you tell it to get figs. Now if you have more figs coming from the field than you have room in the storage yard, instead of the walkers staying out in the field and getting drowned because there's no room for the figs, as long as there's a storage yard set to accept it, they will leave the field with it, even if there's not room in that storage yard. Okay, we're going to need, well, let's look at our overseers. We have a new one. Overseer of the workers. We have 108 unemployed, so we're sitting good. We don't need to worry about advancing housing just yet. Let's go ahead and clay pits have to be close to water. There we go, I like that spot. And then I can get two of them if I want to get another one in there later. Okay, one clay pit will serve 2 potteries. Easy. And of course, we're going to want a storage yard. Put it up this way so it's closer to the bazaar. That storage yard will accept pottery. We don't want to accept clay. We don't want to fill it up with our raw material unless we're sending it off, selling it. But that's not an option yet, so let's go ahead and get some people working. Okay, you see the clay pit is working. They're collecting. Well, it's hard to keep workers with these road systems. Without the roadblocks, it really gets to be hard to keep the workers sometimes. It's this road here that's causing the problem, going to the fields. One solution we can come up with to fix that is we can put just a little bit of housing right there. That'll keep them all employed. At the same time, we're going to make sure we have a firehouse and an architect's post out here to help protect this area. Okay, we have clay coming in. You see the clay in the storage yard? And okay, so I think we're ready to start giving the people food. If you watch, you see we're obviously going to have more figs than what will fit in this granary. So when these figs come in, you'll watch they will head for this storage yard. Ah, there we go. Beautification, that's what we need. And I think we also get, yes, a roadblock. There. And over here, will fix our issues. That is just what we needed, those roadblocks. Make it so much easier to build a town. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some bazaars down and start advancing this housing, and we'll be on our way to the next level. So speed it up. Look, see there. See the figs? There's way more figs than what will fit. Normally those people would stay in the fields and get destroyed by the flood. With a storage yard, they will all leave the field. Little trick, works nice. So now we'll see and start taking food out to give it to the people. Housing is advancing. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. We need a booth. Oops. Malaria. Yes, love malaria. Booth. Juggler school. And now let's fix the malaria problem with a physician and an apothecary. That's a good spot for it right there. Okay, now the beautification things are really nice. Houses need high enough desirability to advance. So place some gardens and plazas will help advance these homes, the ones that have everything else they need. So it shouldn't take long now. Oh, here's a cool thing too. If we place a statue here behind the water, if we get this water fountain to upgrade, well, maybe we can't. Well, let's put some plaza by it. Oops, not a garden. We need application, plaza, put it right here. There we go. When it upgrades like that, now it sends out 2 water carriers, I believe, instead of 1. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a different game. But now you can see our water. Plenty good coverage for the water. And now with this, I can remove these houses. So with this closed road, they will always go right by. So we have plenty of people. What are we missing? Too little entertainment. Ordinary cottage. What are we shooting for? Modest homesteads.
The nobles still struggle to unite the lands of the Nile under one supreme.
Modest homestead. Well, let's add another bandstand booth. And another juggler school. They should be advancing nicely. Ordinary cottage. Ah, there we go. And let's move on.
Superb. Your own citizens are beginning to look to you as their caretaker, and neighboring cities also hail you as a provider in times of need.